Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4th episode. That's right, 4 of the Pixel Chicken podcast. I am River.
4.
I'm doing great. This is the 4th episode. Philip, what episode is this?
This is the 4th.
Hey guys, we've got Philip here. Philip, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's excellent. I'm happy to hear that. That made my whole day. I've had a really rough time today, and hearing your happy voice has turned it around for me.
Well, how you doing, man?
Doing really well. Thanks.
Good.
Striker.
Good.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Rock 'em and sock 'em.
Nice. You know, that's a quality that not a lot of people possess nowadays.
No, it's a mood. It's a way of life.
It's
everything to me.
It's a mantra. Yeah, it's a mantra. Every time when I doubt myself, I just say rock 'em, sock 'em, and I kind of calm myself.
Yeah.
I played
listen to the Ecstasy of Gold on YouTube. That'll get you pumped for your day.
That will get me pumped for my day.
It's fucking awesome.
It's one of the greatest pieces of music ever written.
I agree, 100%.
So, yeah. Well, anyways, welcome to the show. What have we been doing? What have we been up to?
Well, I just played Mercenary Kings after a while.
Oh no, shit!
In a while, yeah.
How are you liking that?
I'm liking it a lot. I've had it for a couple of months, and I'm on and off again with it. Not because it's a poor game, but it's a tough game, and it requires a lot of concentration, I guess, a lot of thinking, and it takes time, to get through the levels.
Yeah, absolutely. I love so I played maybe two missions in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Of total, so I'm not really one to talk about it, but from what I gathered, that game has a fucking dynamite soundtrack.
It has an awesome soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
really?
It's like really chiptuning, and it's one of the better like chiptune soundtracks I've heard in recent memory, at least. You should if nothing go check out the soundtrack on like YouTube.
Wait, hold on a second. Mercenary Kings, is that
It was free for PS Plus and PS4 like 3 months ago or something.
That's the one we all played at your apartment.
Oh yeah, we totally did that. Yeah,
it's like basically like Metal Slug.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember it having awesome music and it was sweet. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
it's Metal Slug with upgrade elements to it.
Yeah, it's got like some weird RPG like overworld, like you've got your main hub that you go back to like upgrade your character and shit. And yeah, that seems like a cool game. I wanted to dig in more, but I never really have. I just want to listen to the soundtrack, honestly, over and over again. So
it's kind of what won me over.
How much have you played of that? Yeah, I mean,
here's the thing. It's probably going to be a pretty big game for a side scroller. So each level is a series of missions within the level, and I'm on the last 2.
Are the levels like open? Are they linear? Are they like left to right, or do they have
You could go left to right.
Up and so okay. So just when you say there's missions inside of each level, it makes me think that there's like a certain like landmass screen that you can explore around. It's still 2D, but you would be taking like missions inside of a 2D world like that. I guess it's so what you're saying is it's still left to right, kind of critical progression like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to the same level, right? You do a mission. Once that mission's complete, you go back to your base.
Oh, so it's like Destiny.
Yeah, it's kind of like Destiny.
So you're just going to the same place over and over again.
Until you get to the next mission, the next level, which is a completely different map.
Phil, I have to interrupt you. Was that your prisoner that you were just telling to stop?
Yeah, it's my prisoner.
That did sound like someone was like groveling or begging for a scrap, and you're just like, stop.
Speaking of
or you get the hose.
We were talking last week amongst each other about really disturbing movies. I just watched one on Netflix. It's called The Woman.
Let's not talk about it at all.
And
I really don't want to get into this kind of conversation again.
Yeah, let's not talk about this.
We won't talk about it at all. But anyway, that was my dog. He jumped on a bag of Lay's.
Wonderful.
It's okay. He's being good.
Your dogs are always good, man. I didn't say shit about your dogs.
Okay,
so,
cool.
How are you like? So you're liking Mercenary Kings for the most part?
Oh yeah, I'm liking it a lot. It's a good challenge too.
Yeah. Is it getting tough? I remember dying. I remember loving how when you shot dudes, their heads just blew up like balloons.
Yeah.
It looks so cool. It happens
like
all the time.
exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was cool.
It happens.
Well, that's cool. Are you playing anything else?
Well, other than Destiny and Mercenary Kings, that's pretty much it.
That's it. Any TV shows, comics, movies, any paintball adventures you've been on?
We went to Cottage Grove last week, and
what?
we play paintball in the woods, right?
Oh, I thought you meant you just went on vacation there.
No. Who would go to Cottage Grove for a vacation?
Someone in the world. There's a person. Hey, listeners, if you are the person that would go to Cottage Grove for a vacation, email us. Tell us why. We want to know.
Yeah.
We're really curious. Well, what did you do? You went paintballing in the forest. Was it just you and your sister? Who do you go? Do you have a crew?
No, it's a club. We just got our patch for it.
Oh, damn! Week. It's legit.
Yeah.
Yay!
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 Philip, I'm really glad you didn't open the episode.
$5 thing. You only have to pay $5 for it, and you bring your own paint, you bring your own equipment, and there's like 4 big games during the day.
That's cool.
Yeah, till 5.
Let's go back a couple weeks. I want to talk. How's your gun come along? You have that red dot scope yet?
Not yet. No, that's not gonna come around to my birthday.
What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Dude, save up.
Come on, man. It's a red dot scope.
Yeah, it's only gonna be like, I don't know, $60.
Yeah, it's a game. Just don't buy a game. Buy a red dot scope and then pick motherfuckers off.
Oh, matter of fact, sell a game.
Yeah, that's easy. You probably have 20 games that you don't play.
Yeah, that's actually true. There's like a whole row of PlayStation 2 games, and I'm probably never going to go back.
There's probably some, knowing your taste, there's probably some hidden gem in there that's incredibly rare, and it's going to net you like at least $70.
Yeah, I remember when you were the only guy on the block with Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for, what was that, PS2 or Xbox?
You probably still are.
I should probably still have it.
Well, Phil, you still have.
It's rare now because it was on Xbox Live.
Do you still have the FF7, 8, and 9 in their original cases?
I have the original cases, but those cases are all fucked up.
Oh yeah, those aren't worth shit then.
Yeah, I have Lunar Silver Star Story.
That's probably worth more, dude. You could probably sell that for $1 billion.
It came with a map.
A cloth map?
A treasure map?
A fucking cloth map?
Yeah, a cloth map.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Oh, you lost the cloth.
Damn it.
I didn't
fucking dogs.
You're so like, you don't like, you're the kind of guy that like wouldn't open a action figure because its value wouldn't go down. Actually, I don't know if you're that kind of guy.
No, I would open a fucking action.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this action figure. I'm gonna play with this shit.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah,
that's us.
That is us. That's us to a T, playing with action figures.
That's a metaphor for our entire lives.
Mm-hmm. That's damn true.
However, I did look at. I didn't play any of the games, but I did look at some actual gameplay footage of Evil Within.
Oh, and what did you think?
It looks like it'll scare the crap out of me.
Is that what you're looking for? Is that the only thing you're looking for?
I can do that for free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure me and Stryker have done that for free, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. But the fact that they delayed the fact I want it to be suspenseful, but the fact that they delayed it to polish it, I think it's a good sign. I think
when did they delay it?
It was supposed to be released in. It was supposed to be released in August.
Yeah. Okay, and now it's in November, right?
October.
Oh yeah, October's heavy, man. Like October 7th. Actually, I think it changed, but I think October's still pretty heavy for game releases. So that should be pretty cool. I'm excited to get back into the swing of things with new releases and shit. So, well, that's cool. So paintball was fun. Did you get shot in the dick anymore?
Nope, thankfully.
That's unfortunate. Where did you get shot? I want to know.
Oh, mostly in the mask and the helmet, which is a good thing.
Which are insta kills in my book.
Yeah. Well, it's an insta kill.
Philip, let me talk to you about something. Let me get down and dirty with you. Have you ever gotten hit and not called out?
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah. Have you?
Oh, well, if it doesn't bounce.
If it doesn't, I thought if it bounced.
If it does bounce, then you can still be in. But
so if you get paint on you, you're out.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Have you ever gotten paint on you?
If it hits the wall, it depends on which place you go, right? So
Yeah.
if a paintball like explodes right next to you,
Phil, just
and
answer the
it's
fucking
wall-
question.
just a minute, and the paint gets on you, then you're still in because the ball itself didn't actually directly hit you. However, let's say it bounces off. Sometimes it's so painful that just by like reflex, you're just like, out, I'm out, right? And when you say that, even if it bounced off, if it bounces off, sometimes it's so painful that you say you're out anyway and you have to go out. But no, that's called wiping. You know, people get hit, they don't want to go out.
How often do you wipe then?
Again. Never.
Okay. Well, we should probably just go full on paintball podcast at this point.
I wouldn't have much input in that, but
I wouldn't either. So this would probably be the Phil Kolb show, the PH Kolb JR show. But that's cool. Well, I'm glad that you sounds like you had a good week. So that's all video game wise that you've been playing, those 2 games.
Yeah, just those 2 games, and I'm on my final page of that freaking digital comic book.
Man, that shit.
That's been such a priority.
Nice. That seems like you're taking a lot of time with it. So if your torsos are not perfectly proportioned, I'm gonna rip them to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Specifically the women's torsos.
I've become better with. I've become a lot better with proportions and figures. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Striker, what you been up to?
Nothing really new as far as gaming goes. I've still been playing and loving and appreciating Donkey Kong. That's honestly what I've been playing most. A little bit of Madden mixed in. I'm looking forward to a few games coming out and slowly building up anticipation for NBA 2K15.
What's your number one upcoming game?
Right now it's NBA 2K15 because it comes out in less than 2 weeks. So
okay, all right.
Pretty excited for Shadows of Mordor though. Especially
now
is that an RPG or is it an action game?
So it's an RPG. It has the Batman combat though. So from the Arkham series games, it has that kind of contextual combat. Have you read anything about it?
I've seen a couple of shots of it. But
so little plug. I'm going to do a review for the site. So we will have that up. Sometime following its release, hopefully sooner than later. But so basically, it's basically an action RPG set between I think 40 years or 80 years prior to the events of the Lord of the Rings series. So basically, you're I forget the name of your character, but you're killed at the beginning of the game, and you come back as a wraith, and you're it's kind of just a revenge story from what I understand. Obviously probably more nuanced than that. But there's the main draw.
Whole family gets slaughtered.
Yeah. The main draw about this game is the thing that they call a nemesis system. So basically, think of say you walk into a village and you get killed by this certain orc. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Since you are technically undead, you will come back, and that orc will have memories of you, memories of killing you, and there's this whole class system. So that orc could have been just a foot soldier when he killed you, but since he killed you, he could have been promoted to an officer, and then have a section of foot soldiers beneath him. So, but he'll have memories of you, right? So if you go back and you find that same guy, he'll remember killing you. He'll have learned from the way you fight and everything like that. And this time he'll command a troop of foot soldiers and not just be a foot soldier himself. So say if you kill him that time when he's an officer, you might sway his soldiers into turning sides and helping you fight other factions of orcs or that kind of stuff. So it's this whole system of this whole orc army that goes foot soldiers, officers, higher ranking officers, even lieutenants and then generals and stuff like that, who all have memories of you and all intertwine with each other and have varying relationships. This one officer over in this faction might really hate this officer in this other faction, so you might go to the first one and scare him into helping you kill the orc from the other faction because he's more dangerous. So
what they did was they made a gaming mechanic around a revenge story. They actually made it a part of the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean it's just a really unique system in that you encounter these enemies. You'll have encountered them before, and they will remember you. Like maybe last time you cut off their arm, but you let them live, and then they run off and amass this army, and then you face them again, and they still have that arm cut off, and they're pissed at you because that's what happened. But now they have this bigger army. So it's this whole kind of evolving story. Like you kind of dictate where the story goes depending on your actions and the choices you make, but in a more dynamic way because it has this whole vast array of characters that are all actually intertwined. And from what I understand, it works remarkably well, which is really exciting.
Because I
want to leave the entire universe with armless goons.
Yeah, exactly. You just run around and there's just no arms. Just make them defenseless. Yeah. Just walking torsos. A real depressing world. So that's going to be... I'm really excited. I'm going to pick that up on Tuesday and eat away at it as quick as I can so I can get the review up very quick. So that's my main thing. So you've been... Striker, you've been playing... You said more Tropical Freeze. Anything else? Any movies? Any TV that's notable in your case?
No, not really. I mean... Really just love Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
I can't stress
I hear that game is keeping it real for you, so...
It just gets... I haven't beat it yet. I'm on, the 4th world. And it just keeps getting better and better and introducing new level mechanics. And I just adore it. It's an amazing game.
Well, that's cool. Have you been paintballing any?
I haven't been paintballing any.
Okay, why not? I'm just saying we're trying to do this paintball podcast thing. We kind of need to all be in this. So
yeah, I gotcha. Here's my conundrum though.
Yeah.
I don't have any gear.
Okay.
I don't have any friends that paintball.
Okay. Well, you have us, so
I do, and I've been playing Donkey Kong.
That last one.
You're gonna do great.
That last one's the linchpin because you've been playing a lot of Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, well, that's cool. I feel I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you know about Shinra?
I know that.
Tell me everything you know about them.
They take resources from the Earth's life source. There's a power struggle between a dad and his son, the president.
This is all true.
And
now the dad's dead. Don't forget, the dad is dead.
Oh yeah. Murdered by who now? Who killed him?
I think that Sephiroth guy did.
I hear that it's actually an avatar.
Wait, I don't know what you're saying anymore. What are you even talking about?
It's actually an avatar of Sephiroth. That's one of the theories.
What fucking theory?
There's a lot of dumb fan theories out there.
Yeah.
No.
There are a lot
really
of dumb
well
fan
thought
theories.
out. It's really well thought out.
You know what?
You gotta go. I'll tell you the channel. It's like a commentary on Final Fantasy VII. River. You gotta go on YouTube. It's I don't know if you want me to tell the title of the channel.
The fucking Sephiroth who kills President Shinra in the Shinra building is not actual Sephiroth, is what you're saying?
But you just watch the commentary itself. It's like a several part thing.
Okay, let's talk about this offline.
Okay, let's do that. We should. I'm sorry. Moving on.
So that's all you know about Shinra?
I know that they're notorious for inhumane experiments. I know that. What about them?
This is all correct. Well, I just wanted to see what you know, because I know something that you probably don't.
Oh, what's that?
Shinra is a real company now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
What did they do?
Striker, what do you think about this? You sounded more worried than any of us.
I'm so fucking scared right now.
You should be. We all should be. We all should be shaking in our boots.
And Avatar is
yeah,
a real company.
Avatar is coming for you.
All I know is what Phil just ranted and raved about.
So, Shinra was like a company in Final Fantasy VII that, at the beginning of the game, appeared to be the main bad guy, but was soon revealed not to be. Anyways, it is a real company now. It is a spin-off of Square-Enix that is... Well, the elevator pitch is... it's like an attempt to like move people away from buying hardware. So it's basically basically a beefier PlayStation Now with proprietary software.
Okay. It's
a cloud gaming platform.
Okay.
So
they don't want they're trying to move people away from buying consoles.
Yes.
I hate that idea, but
Why do you hate it?
Because I like my consoles, man.
Yeah, I do too. But what if they could offer you far vaster experiences? What if they could they could render and stream? Hypothetically, they figure out how to get. No, listen. What if they can deliver game experiences that you've never even dreamed of before?
Are you talking about like actual virtual reality? Like
I don't know.
What's done with
what if they could give you games with huge massive games with absolutely no load times? What if they could give you?
Is that what the promise? Is that what the cloud can provide?
I don't know. The cloud can technically provide whatever they want it to. Because they are in control of the back end infrastructure.
Are you saying this is a Square-Enix offshoot?
Yeah, this is an offshoot called Shinra Technologies from Square-Enix.
I don't know if I trust them enough to make that
you want to
kind
know?
of innovation.
You want to know what I think it sounds like? I think it sounds like a company. They've done this before. A company that's trying something crazy and fucking off kilter that's going to cost a shitload of money and put them right back in the dumps, just like Spirits Within did.
Wow, dude, wow, that was a quick 180.
What?
You were like, you were talking about the possibilities.
I know. I was just trying to have integrity. I wasn't trying to take sides. I'm just saying, what if? Like, I'm trying to brew up conversation because what if they do figure this out and it's this amazing thing? Would you stray away from your PlayStations and your Xboxes for this service?
If it worked, I would. Mm-hmm. I would try it. Look, I mean, I read a little bit of digital comics, right? Mm-hmm.
I don't know where this is going, but I like it.
No, just listen.
I don't either.
So digital comics are a different means of experiencing comic books. You read them on your computer, right? Right? You
yes.
Guys there? Yeah.
You've lost me, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You gotta let me finish. Every now and then, I'll read a digital,
man.
but I'm still going to read an original comic book. I'm going to read the thing that I hold in my hands, right?
Yes.
All right, let's say this cloud thing happened. Yeah, sure, I might, every now and then, I see myself trying their cloud video games, right? I might see myself trying Shinra's products, but I'm still probably going to be using my console as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what if this comes out and it's way better than a console? Do you see? I guess what do you see? Do you see this? Maybe not for you, but as a whole, do either of you see this being able with the correct implementation and execution? Do you see this as something that could change the way of games?
Probably.
With PlayStation Now, I mean, it's an interesting proof of concept because it works. Mm-hmm. That being said, it does require a box to run. So what if this was strictly a streaming service and you played it through your PC or something, or your a smart TV with internet capabilities, that kind of stuff.
Well, okay, so let's talk about cost.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I don't have a smart TV. I just have a TV.
Okay.
And I'm not a PC gamer, right?
Yeah.
So it would take a lot of convincing. All right, and again, yeah, I mean,
you bring up a good point. Is that the barrier to entry? Even so, like with PC gaming, the barrier to entry is higher, but the payoff is also higher. So I spent $1,500 on my PC, but now I pay $5 for a game as opposed to $60 or $30 or whatever you want to spend on consoles. So it is a much higher barrier to entry, and maybe you'll have to buy a TV with internet capabilities or something like that. But then what if the service is $20 a month, and then you get access to this or this? But also, that being said, they'd have to have a lot of support, because I don't think Square-Enix is a big enough company to pump out games as much as the slew of thousands of developers out now. So I don't know. This is just it's a exercise in thought. I just wanted to kind of brush.
The return would seem equal to the amount of the risk.
What?
Don't you guys remember economics class, risk and return?
Okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, that makes sense
something
now.
very smart.
No, you said something. You say incredibly smart things all the time.
I didn't know that. I feel stupid all the time.
You're super smart, and
shut up, Phil. You're not stupid.
Shut up, man. You're being an asshole to yourself, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Back off, man.
Anyway, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good food for thought you brought up, River.
Yeah, I think it's just an interesting, industry it's changing, and it's trending. Cloud stuff and virtual reality stuff is becoming more in the forefront. And
speaking of iCloud, though, so my sister.
Okay.
Is iCloud the same thing as just like cloud in general?
Well, iCloud is storage. Cloud computing is something different. There's kind of two kinds of clouds that people don't really understand.
It's a different thing.
Yes.
Okay, I was going to sort of branch into my sister finding out that we were signed up for iCloud, and she freaked out.
Do you really want to talk about your sister? I know you kind of...
shit. Well, anyway...
Are you posting nude pics of yourself or saving them on iCloud?
Yeah. Are you taking nudies of yourself and putting them on the iCloud?
No.
Because in that case, then I don't think you need to really worry about it.
Yeah. Are you leaked to the fappening?
Well, what about hacking?
I don't think that saving digital comics on iCloud is going to cause any...
To the fappening?
Yeah, don't worry about it. We shouldn't talk about it.
The
Anyways,
happening?
Yeah, it's the happening. It's a big...
up.
Yeah, just shut up about it, Phil. You and box dumping, and I'm going to have to start editing everything you say.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
Anyways, that's kind of... I don't know. Also, I don't want to keep talking about Square-Enix stuff, but Tetsuya Nomura, the director and lead character design guy from the Final Fantasy series, is not directing Final Fantasy 15.
Wasn't he... Okay, so he stood off. Did he step off, or he's
going and leading up Kingdom Hearts 3 now. But I don't know if you remember me saying that I absolutely hate Nomura.
I heard.
So,
I remember you saying that you're not happy.
I hate his character design, but I'm not even sure if he does character design anymore because I'm all mixed up. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm scared. But he's not on Final Fantasy 15, so I don't know why. Maybe I'm just super cynical, but that gave me hope for that game. And I'm also kind of seeing it as something just different because it's a character action game at this point. It's not a Final Fantasy game, so maybe I'll just buck up and deal with it.
I would want. I mean, here's the thing: is whatever Final Fantasy game they release,
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind at all what they do with the gameplay. I don't know, making it into like a first person game would be a little weird.
I hope they make it into a rhythm game
that feels like a Final Fantasy universe. I'm okay.
What feels like a Final Fantasy universe? Because every Final Fantasy universe has been vastly different.
They have been, but you kind of put me into a roadblock there.
Fuck yeah, I did.
No.
Eat a dick straight up.
There is still a certain consistency that comes with them.
Yeah, you're right.
With Chocobos, Moogles, Sid,
yeah. Those are in there.
airships.
Those were in 13. There's a Chocobo in that dude's afro. It was in like within 5 minutes of the beginning of the game. A Chocobo jumped out of this guy's afro, and it was cute as shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't.
Did it make you like the game instantly?
No, I hated it instantly.
I know you did.
I hated that game instantly. Anyways, enough about Final Fantasy. Let's move on. Guys, ask me what I've been playing this week.
No.
What have you been playing, bro?
All right. No. Striker doesn't want to know. He doesn't want to be bossed around anymore. He's had enough. I liked it. I'm not going to tell you because I respect Striker. I respect his opinion. Oh, Philip.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about Evil Within a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Let's move on to the next subject.
No. I do. No, I don't.
Okay.
Unless you have something to say about it.
It's okay. We're doing good.
I'm fine with it.
I've seen enough, but I'm trying to. The same goes with the next Metal Gear game. I want to see as little as possible until it comes out.
Yeah,
I've seen
the
enough.
thing that I want to bring up with Evil Within doesn't really pertain to you because I wanted to bring up the fact that its PC system specifications are out, and I think they're fucking bogus.
Yeah, and
they're fucking stupid.
I heard that. It sounded pretty complicated. It sounded like
the main
would have a lot of.
The main thing is that it says it requires 4 gigabytes of dedicated video RAM, which doesn't fucking make sense because that game doesn't look that great.
No, it doesn't, and it also doesn't make sense because it's a linear like corridor kind of game.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have.
It's not these vast open vistas.
Made about it
yes.
is that it intentionally has very little lighting, right? It's supposed to look a little bit dingy.
Yeah, so it should take even less.
So yeah, it shouldn't take 4 gigabytes of video RAM.
Yeah, it's not.
That's such an expensive. That's a really expensive video card. I mean, you're alienating. You're already alienating. You're taking a game that has a very kind of a small audience. Like a horror genre, a new IP. And then you're alienating all the PC gamers because you're only targeting the ones with a really high-end graphics card, basically. So I don't really understand
that. Being said, Shadows of Mordor takes 6, but that game has a huge open world, and
it only takes 6 to play on Ultra.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure this is the same for Evil Within.
Well, that's not necessarily true because the guy in whoever came out and said that when asked to clarify. Basically said that you'll get that 4 gigabytes is like the minimum.
That's madness.
That's the minimum.
What's maximum? A fucking SLI Titan?
Let me rephrase that. He said that they're not even giving out minimum requirements. They specifically recommend 4 gigabytes of
There's
video
no such thing as minimum requirements, bro. You can't run this shit. It's too hot for you.
So
I
unless
wish
the game
I wish
somehow...
there was a PR guy like that.
Yeah, that would be.
That is really unfortunate for PC gamers.
Maybe the game opens up after the first level where you're captive and it has like 1,000 people on screen and they're all procedurally generated animations.
Yeah, that'd be too much for me. I couldn't handle that.
Me neither.
Well, I guess we can go on to what I've been playing if you guys are ready now.
All right, go for it.
I'm now
Striker.
ready. I wasn't
okay.
before.
I just want to make sure we're all good to go because I've got a hell of a week, guys.
Uh-oh.
I played a lot of Pokemon Yellow.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
I'm 100% serious.
Of course you are. Nobody thinks you're joking.
I mean, I used to think. Look, I like to.
That's not the only thing. I have more. I just want to start with that.
Yeah. Well, before you continue, I just want to say there was a point in time where I wasn't into Pokemon anymore. I'm still not, but I thought it was this trend, this fad. It's not. It's still a huge thing.
I'm gonna out myself. I fucking love Pokemon to this day.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
To
That's
this
really
fucking
cool.
day, I love Pokemon. I'd still wear a shirt with the shirt that I had in elementary school with Pikachu shocking the shit out of Bulbasaur if I could fit into it. I probably could. I was fat back then.
Go for it, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I heard. Speaking of Pokemon, someone at work who will remain nameless.
Please.
You know who you are, you motherfucker.
You fucking dirt. You dirtbag.
We know who you are.
This person.
You fucking garbage.
I overheard them talking to another person at work about Pokemon Snap. This person having never played it but only heard about it.
If you're about to say something bad about Pokemon Snap, I'm about to end this.
I didn't say it.
Okay.
He did.
All right.
He's talking about Pokemon Snap with his other colleague, and having never played it, is making fun of how stupid the concept is. And I chimed in and said, "Are you talking about Pokemon Snap?" And he's like, "Yeah, it just seems pretty stupid." And I was like, "No, Pokemon Snap was fucking great." And he's like, "So you just it's like a on rails game, and you just take pictures of Pokemon." I was like, "Yeah, exactly." And it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a fucking puzzle game. There's so many things
yeah.
there's so many things about like they give you like super like weird grading that you have to like find out, what exact time, what kind of shit how many apples do I have to throw at this fucking Pikachu's head to make him surf, goddammit.
Yeah. And where are the hidden Pokemon that I can find and take
exactly.
pictures?
Exactly.
It was awesome, and it was unique,
great.
and it was great, and fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He's a dirtbag.
Phil.
I hope he gets
Say
stuck.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, thanks, Phil.
Phil, thanks a lot.
We're your number one hating. Whoa. Easy, man. We're your number one podcast for hating. Also. I just want to put that out in the air. Anyways, I played Pokemon Yellow for about 20 hours in 2 days.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I went heavy. So I was playing it while I was working from home. So because I had to remain kind of on my computer, so I was playing on my tablet. I have an emulator on there, and cool. That game's still fun. That's really all I have to say about that. The music's really great.
I still expect them to be solid games. Definitely.
It's a solid. I mean, it's super simple, but the fundamentals are so solid that it still kind of speaks to me. Just making your team more badass. Finding that new Pokemon and
it's a proven formula.
It is a proven formula.
Somehow just doesn't get old. Well, maybe
still
for
works.
some people, but
yeah,
it works.
I mean, I still, I'm kind of a sucker for a grind, and this game is definitely a grind. A lot of random battles, but that was fun. Also, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft on PS4, which that game is so fucking fun too.
Yeah.
Like I have a really weird. I know there's this. It doesn't seem like on the outside level. It seems like a, kind of a boring concept. But when you get in there and you start, there's so many. It's so much more.
I don't think it seems like a boring concept at all. It seems perfectly fun and interesting. I just never have gotten into it because I'm intimidated by it.
Oh,
I see friends that build nuclear reactors on it. Someone built a working.
God, what was it? A working hard drive in Minecraft.
I saw that. I saw that.
You saw, yeah. Like,
ridiculous.
What in the fuck are people doing with their lives? I don't know. It's insane, but it's first of all, it's just relaxing as shit. It's a good game when you don't really want to think, and you can just you can just walk around. The worlds are incredibly huge, and even with that, kind of block style, they look really beautiful because the architecture. I mean, not the architecture, but the landscapes are all randomly generated, and they get really outlandish with like floating islands and shit like that. But there's one of the most profound senses of discovery in that game and exploration that is very raw in that game, because that's kind of the whole what that game lives and dies on is discovery. Is like digging a huge deep hole, and then bang, you hit one block, and there's this massive cave system with lava and all these monsters and everything like that, and then you're in this fucking cave, and you're like, shit, I don't know what to do. Should I go in? And then you start mining, and you find diamond and gold, which you can make the best items with. And then you take back all your materials, and you go and you let your creativity really flourish. I mean, you build whatever you want. I'm building this like suspended mansion up on the top of a mountain, and so it's these two really like raw, just very base level like discovery and creativity combined into one. It's just it's a refreshing experience for me. So having it's really good. It's if it's a good version on consoles. If either of you guys want to check it out, it's like $15. So I would honestly.
And no assholes blow up your mansion, dude.
I hate creepers. They fuck everything to bits. Oh, and there's also this thing called the Enderman, who's basically a shadow with purple eyes.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, so Stryker, you'd hate this the most of all. So basically, I had my first encounter with one, and I was walking and I saw think of a black stick man.
Oh, I've seen them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're running around building shit. I don't know. There's all this weird lore in Minecraft that I don't understand. But anyways, they're building shit. They're building landscapes. And I walked by one, and I was like, what the fuck is that? That just looks like a shadow. And I locked eyes with it. And I guess you're not supposed to do that, because I looked at him, and I was like, is he going to do anything? And then in a second, almost like the Ring missing frame, he was like a foot from me. Mind you, he started like 50 feet from me.
That's so scary. So the first time I ever saw, I have the guy who sits right across from me at work.
Yeah, I've seen all
Minecraft frequently, and he was playing, and I occasionally will just kind of turn around on lunch and watch what he's doing, and I look over and I see one of those creatures, those scary black stick guys, and it was terrifying, and he informed me what they were. And I actually think that we are currently living in like Minecraft version 10.6.
Well, that could be true.
Is what will become the Matrix.
Yeah, just Minecraft.
Listen, guys, how do we know that we're not?
How do we know, Phil?
How do we know, Phil?
We have to believe.
Wow, that's deep.
In order for us, so we can bend the spoon, man.
Yeah. Sorry, that was getting way too deep. We had to throw in some IC. Anyways, it's $15. We all have PS4s. If you guys want to start a server together, that would be pretty fucking fun.
That would be.
I'm just saying. We could all build our own houses and go on grand adventures and lose all of our resources deep inside a lava cave together. And I think that would be a blast.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, we should make that happen. Anyways, that was those two things. So last night, those were kind of the only two things I played up until last night. And last night I had this panic moment. I was like, oh God, the podcast tomorrow. I have nothing to talk about except for fucking Pokemon and Minecraft. So I delved deep into my vast Steam library. It's sitting at 704 games right now, which is pretty disgusting, honestly.
You should see the game collectors on YouTube, dude.
Oh no, Phil.
What? I mean, what are they? I'm sure they. I mean, shit. They're legitimate collectors. I just have a problem with, like, I don't do this for the collection, like the novel of collecting these games. I do it to own them, thinking that I'm going to play them someday. That's my problem. Is that I totally want to play this, and then it just sits there. 704 games. Like, what is any practice? Like, those collectors usually collect those just to collect. I'm buying these to play. What am I going to do with 704 games? I could not buy a new game for years and still be playing new games.
Well, you could. I mean, think about this. I mean, if you still have your consoles one day, when you retire, you'll have something to do.
Yeah, totally. I mean, if I lose my job and can't buy a new game, I won't be worried at all.
Yeah,
because I have games to go for forever.
Turn to.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was looking through there, and I came across a game called Evoland. Have either of you heard of this?
No, I haven't.
Does not sound familiar.
Okay. Evoland. Let me preface this by saying it's one of the most. I think it's one of the most like inspired ideas that I've ever come across. So you start out, it's monochromatic, kind of like 8-bit graphics. It's just a 2D plane, right? And you start pressing buttons, you can't do anything. You're like, what the fuck? And then you press right, and you can go right. You're like, okay. You walk about 10 feet, and you hit a chest. And there's a little pop-up that says, left movement available. And then you go left, and there's another chest, and then it goes, and then the screen opens up and it goes free movement available. And so this keeps going. What the game is, the subtitle of the game is a short story of like role-playing games or something like that. So what it does is it goes through the evolution of mechanics in terms of games like Final Fantasy, Legend of Zelda, Diablo, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And at certain points, there's these monumental, like at one point, maybe 10 minutes into the game, you're playing, with only up, down, left, right movement. Very digital. No diagonal movement. And then you unlock free movement. And all of a sudden, you can get through areas like trees that you could never get through.
Nice.
And then later on, 10 minutes later, you open another chest, and up till this point, it's playing kind of like a Zelda game, right? You open another chest, and it says, "Okay, now we have 16-bit graphics," and the graphics completely change to a 16-bit look.
Oh,
yeah, right.
That's awesome.
Pretty sweet.
And then you keep going, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you stumble across all these chests, and you're unlocking all these, like save points, like items, experience, and stuff like that. And then you hit a chest, and it says "Overworld unlocked." And then you are out into this overworld, like in early Final Fantasy. It looks just like it, okay? And you open a chest, and then it goes random encounters. And you start getting random encounters and stuff and getting experience and leveling up. But it's still just this 2D kind of, very early Final Fantasy game, but you're still in 16-bit. And then you open up this chest, and it's like, you got Mode 7, and I don't know if you guys know what Mode 7 is, but it was a way of curving environments on the Super Nintendo to make them appear 3D. I don't know if you've ever played Final Fantasy 6, Phil, but the intro to that is totally Mode 7, where they're walking through the snow. That is Mode 7. And so
I remember seeing it.
It keeps building on this idea, and eventually it changes to a 3D, and it ends up looking kind of like The Wind Waker. And it evolves its gameplay ideas, too, to become more advanced as well. So you start playing a very rudimentary, like, original Legend of Zelda, and by the end you're playing this full-fledged RPG slash like Zelda game where there's action combat elements in dungeons. It plays like a Zelda game with puzzles and environmental things, and then in the overmap it plays like a traditional Final Fantasy where there's turn-based randomized battles. And there's so many. Your main character is named Clink, which is obviously Link, and then the other party member you get is named Karis, for Eris, obviously, and she dies, of course. And so it was just this really brilliant experience, because every time it went from, like, it did a big change, like the free movement, the Mode 7, the 3D. When it switched to 32-bit, at some point it changes the music from 8-bit to 16-bit sounds to 32-bit sounds. So you're getting these renditions of the same songs in different kind of sound sets.
Very fascinating.
It was 2.5 hours long, perfect length. I loved it. The only thing I can say is that some of the actual gameplay ideas and designs were maybe a little misguided. Some of the, especially the Zelda type dungeons, some of the puzzles were very kind of menial, kind of just like time fillers and that kind of stuff, and I think those could have been more thought out. But just seeing that game, I literally had this moment at the end of the game where I was playing this, and it had been that way for a while. It had been this, kind of high-res, pretty nice-looking game, and I thought, holy shit, 2 hours ago I was playing the same game, and I was playing this monochromatic 8-bit side-scrolling game.
I mean, for a concept like that, it must have been made by developers that passionately loved
There's Five Guys.
RPG and the history of it. Wow.
Yeah.
You know Five Guys Burgers?
Yeah, Five Guys
Love
Burgers
that
put this
fucking
joint
place.
out. They put it out and came with some shitty fries from them.
Came with a fucking
A bucket of
4
shit
pound
fries.
pack fries.
Yeah. Fuck those fries. Anyways,
Love fries.
it was man, it was at one point you get to this store, you get to this town and it unlocks pre-rendered backgrounds. And then when you switch a background, it does this loading screen, and you go to the shop vendor, and it there's this item that says fast DVD player. You're like, what the fuck is that? And you buy it, and then you switch a screen again, and there's no load times. It's
Nice.
really, it's got all these,
past low times.
it's got all these weird, like, really smart ways that it changes up the gameplay style and just keeps everything fresh. And it was super refreshing. It's like $15 on Steam, Striker. I really recommend it, or you can come over and play it. It's like 2 hours long. It's super awesome. I really think that you should
It
play
really
it.
sounds appealing.
Yeah.
I'd like to try it. It
Yeah.
sounds-
Oh, and at one point you walk into this dungeon, and it's just Diablo. It just changes to an action game, a loot game where enemies are dropping health orbs and gold and loot, and it's just a big homage to RPG games and action adventure games, and it's just really it's a really well done, neat package, succinct. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's just I'm really glad that I randomly picked that game out of my collection.
Me too.
So that was fun. That was really awesome. You guys should check it out, definitely. Philip, you
There
should
was
even...
only a 1 in 704 chance that you were going to pick that.
Yeah. And I just, it's cool. It's really cool. Philip, you should maybe look up some YouTube videos or something like that, just to see kind of the progression of how it starts and where it ends up, because it's really a profound change.
And what is the name of this again?
It's called Evoland. EVOLAND.
Okay.
Such as, evolution and, anything like that. So, that was cool. I also played this game called Megabyte Punch, which is another Steam game, which Striker, pretty much the hour and a half, 2 hours that I was playing this, the only thing I was thinking about is how much I think you'd fucking adore this game.
Evo Punch.
No. Megabyte Punch, Evoland. We should make a game called Evo Punch, though. I'm just throwing that out there. Probably hasn't been made yet.
That's a good name.
So, this game, think about, take Armored Core, take Mega Man X,
Oh shit.
take
I'm in.
Street Fighter,
I'm in twice.
throw that up in a pot with maybe a little Fez. I don't know.
A little bit of Super Smash Brothers, maybe.
Yeah, totally. Because So let me break this game down. So this game is a 2D side-scrolling game where you play as a robot called a Macum. And so the basic premise of the game is that it is you go through and you fist fight robots. So you start out as a very basic robot, and it's a combo-based combat system. So you have basically your heavy, light, and special attacks. So you get up to your first robot and you punch him around a little bit. At this point it's all punching, and then out of him pops a piece of equipment. You pick that up, it goes into your inventory. You can then augment your robot to have that piece of equipment and either give him a new ability or alter stats. So you kind of build your own robot to be able to fight how you want to. If you want to put blasters on him, you can. If you want to put different legs or arms or chest pieces or heads that give him different combo abilities and different attacks, you can. So by the time I was finished with the first level, my robot, first of all, Striker, looked 100% different than when he started, because every piece of equipment changes your appearance.
God damn, that sounds good.
well, I was doing
Customize your own
doing
sprite.
combos that were super advanced. Like I had a launcher, and then I had a blaster arm, and like a downward attack. And,
Let me just say this for all you listeners. One of my biggest gaming pet peeves, and River and Phil both know this very well, is when games allow you to upgrade a lot, and the upgrades don't change anything cosmetically. And you may think that's kind of silly, but to me,
no, it's not fucking
I
silly.
like to
It's
have,
the biggest thing.
You want to
Yeah.
look like a change.
Yeah,
I want to
fuck
have
games.
an indication that I am better than I was when I first started. I wanna
Games
have
did
a
that in the
visual
Super Nintendo. There's no reason they shouldn't do it now. There's
Exactly.
fucking no reason.
I want a visual representation of how much better I am from when I first started.
Exactly. So in this game, I'm getting like jetpacks that are mounted on my back. I'm getting blasters. I'm getting like wings. I'm getting different legs that give me new like dash abilities and all that kind of shit. And there's a bunch of like secrets. Like these levels are kind of laid out like I was explaining when we were talking about Mercenary Kings, how it's a 2D game, but these levels are kind of open, right? So you can explore and find like secret hidden areas where you can find like super special parts or chests that contain, a lot of money, so you can buy parts from the vendors or something like that. But it's the combat is it's got that, why you said Smash Brothers, it's got this kind of, you know how in Smash Brothers when you hit a real strong attack and there's a slight delay between when you hit the attack and when they blast
And they go
off.
flying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I find that really satisfying because
I do too.
It makes it's an impactful feeling, and that this game totally has that.
During that small pause, you just get this feeling of adrenaline.
Yeah, exactly.
and
Like how fast are these
sexual
guys gonna,
energy.
Oh, I get so turned on. It gets really hot.
Dude, that's
It gets
gross.
really hot. Sorry, I went too far. Life's just hard.
You got shitty
just
PC ports coming out.
Shitty PC ports. I just can't get up. Don't have red dot scopes for guns.
Red dot scopes.
Anyways,
No visual upgrades.
no Sega anymore.
No Sega. No cheese sandwiches.
Wait, is Sega?
No, Phil.
Yeah.
Phil, we're not.
No,
we're not
no,
serious.
no. We're just going off, man. Don't worry about it. So this game, yeah. So this is it's definitely a really cool kind of experience. It's definitely you're always getting these new pieces and upgrading your robot, and he's always looking different. There's different you can find different palette swaps. So if you just want your robot to be like green and purple, you can make him that. Damn. So this sounds just like I said, I played it for like 2 hours, and every time, every 5 minutes I was like, fuck, Stryker would love this game. Bought it for like $2 on Steam on a sale. Highly recommend.
It's affordable.
Yeah, it's.
I'll have to watch out for it. I wouldn't. I just looked it up, so it's $14.99 regular price. I'll probably wait for a sale. But
wait for a sale. Wait for a sale. It definitely has a lot of qualities that I think you really appreciate. So I'm
throw
definitely
it on the wish list.
Yeah, just throw it on the wish list.
See what happens.
Maybe
happens. Phil will buy it for me.
Phil will buy it for you. If he doesn't, he's off the podcast. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, don't tell him though.
I won't.
Please don't threaten me. I'm right here.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck!
Vow revenge.
Cheese it,
dude.
Phil,
Run.
Did you say in a really calm, measured voice? Please don't threaten me. I'm right here. Oh, great.
Sorry, what?
Did you? I thought you just left. I heard a door
To come
close.
kill me.
I thought you had just left
I was like,
to
fuck
come.
it, I'm out.
Yeah, you were just done. You're gonna go paint. I don't know.
Phil, how's your prisoner doing? By
Paintballing, I only like paintball once a week, and it's just a thing that I do with my sister. It's
Easy,
like a
man.
sibling thing
Easy,
we
man.
do.
Easy, man. Don't get so defensive.
Sorry.
What is Stryker?
I was curious how Phil's prisoner is doing.
Is he alive? Is he doing? Your prisoner.
He or
Yeah,
she
he likes to have his
one-
tummy rub.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, he likes to lick my face a lot. He's a licker.
All right.
Okay.
I'm cutting this conversation off now.
He's a dachshund. His name is Ozza.
Okay.
That's my prisoner.
That's great. I'm glad. Anyways, there's that game. And then I started Witcher 2 last night because I figured I want to have some time. I don't want to go directly from Witcher 2 into Witcher 3 because I think that would be too much Witcher. So I decided,
Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't think about things like that. I just do it like right before a game comes out.
So I started it last night.
Did you play this on Steam or
I did. I played it on Steam. I don't have it on 360. I have it on computer.
I wish it was on PS3. It isn't, is it?
It's not, no. But 3 will. I mean, so you could pick it up there. And there's you should read the novels.
Right.
These games were not... The Witcher is a novel before it was a game.
Nice.
The books are called Blood of the Elves. They're pretty well written, and Geralt's a badass, so you should read those if you're interested.
And he loves big titties.
He loves big titties. That's the main thing.
What's it called again?
It's called, there's 3. There's called Blood of the Elves, The Last Wish. There's a lot more than I thought. Holy shit.
I'll just do Blood of the Elves.
Do Blood of the Elves and The Last Wish. Do The Last Wish and Blood of the Elves. Those are 2 that I've read, and they are those are the 2 that are for sure translated into English because they are, I believe they're written in Polish, in their actual native tongue. So, but
Phil
read
can read
those.
Polish.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it, but.
I am prominent in like 5 languages.
Whoa. So yeah, I mean,
like Klingon.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, okay. Let's get away from this conversation. So I started The Witcher 2, and Striker, how much did you play that?
Let's see. I can't give you an exact estimate of time.
Okay. Were you still in prison?
No.
Okay. Right.
I was way out of prison.
Okay.
I was. Oh boy, it's been a while. I was in a town. It was.
You were in a forest town, right?
Told in flashbacks. What was that? Sorry.
Yeah, it is. You were in a forested town, right? Like no,
not even. It was like we were like mounting. I was mounting a battle or a siege on another town, and I was helping out.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, you were still in that kind of prologue thing. Where you were with King Foltest, right?
Yeah, I was a little bit past that, and I think I was in somewhere.
Okay,
around.
yeah, okay. Well, tell me one thing: were you playing with a controller, or were you playing with a mouse and keyboard?
Mouse and keyboard. Okay.
Did you play the prologue in the forest with the arena?
Yes.
Did you get fucked immediately?
Yes, I had such a hard time with the combat.
So, what difficulty were you playing on?
I'm pretty sure I was just playing on medium or normal, whatever the hell it's called.
Easy. You should put it on easy.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Really, I'm just looking to experience the game. I'm not looking for, you know what I mean?
I think that 3 is going to be such a... So, 1 to 2 was a monumental improvement. I think 2 to 3 is going to be that same kind of monumental improvement, especially in ways of combat. I'm not saying the combat in 2 is bad, but it's really cumbersome.
It is. It is very cumbersome because you have so many systems, and I don't feel like they play nice with each other.
No, I don't. I think, and I'm getting a hang of it. Like with the hotkeys confounded me at first because I was like, really, you have to press fucking 9 to use one of your signs, but then I realized you can just press 3 to quick shift, and then you can press Q to use the selected one.
See, and that's one thing that I will say. While I think that the system is a little cumbersome, I think that a lot of it just has to do with me needing to get used to it.
It's one of the most complex games I guarantee you'll ever play. But it takes a lot of getting used to. But I think it's going to be really, if you commit to it a little bit, I think it'll be super worth your while.
I remember specifically now that I think about it, now that we're talking about it and it's refreshing my memory, I remember specifically a part that I stopped playing on and started playing something else because I kept getting murked by these like 3.
They'll murk you.
I remember I was climbing up kind of a long sort of hilltop and in and out of this indoor prison area.
Yes.
And I encountered these 3 guard guys on a hilltop and have to fight them all at once, and I couldn't get the hang of it.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things with like parrying and dodging that I don't have the hang of yet. But I think that game is, just from playing. So this is really the first time I've actually played it to any length. Honestly, I played like 3 hours. I got that initial prologue scene, and just from that 3 hours, like I can tell, like holy shit, this game was such a huge overhaul from Witcher 1. And yeah, I really think you should play. You should just, if you're having a hard time with it, go to easy. If you get the hang of that and feel like it's too easy, bump it up. You can bump it up anytime. But on easy, I'm tearing through people. Like, I'm just pretty much swinging my sword. And it's pretty satisfying because I think that game hits pretty nice. I think impacts are all right. So, but yeah, that's everything about that game. Like, it's just Geralt is characterized and acted a lot better than he is in 1. I think he's a much more likable character in 2. He's got more personality. I think he makes more quips and is a little bit more smart, as in a smart ass, to, some of the things. I think that world is just a really interesting setting. That's why I like the book so much, is because it's a really fleshed out universe. It's got, a lot of lore and backstory to the characters, which is really interesting to me. So I'm eager to dig into that more, and I want to finish it before, obviously, 3 comes out. So
I struggle with fantasy books.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, no, I want to read these books, and I've read.
I think one of the main things
is
Geralt is just a fucking. I love Geralt. I think he's just such a fucking badass. Like, all he wants to do.
Well, a great character can get you through a book.
Yeah, and he gets me through. He gets me through these books, even like times, like he's a badass and he's not afraid of anyone, but he's super smart and knows when to shut his mouth, which is a hard balance to get when you have a badass character. It's because usually you're like, if you're like, for instance, like Geralt, like is in communication a lot with King Foltest, who is a king of this region in the universe, and like he respects the dude. And a lot of written badass characters would just be like, "Oh, you need me." Like, Geralt knows when to shut up and when to like hold his cards, which is really refreshing, especially when you have someone who is as fucking cool as Geralt and is a bona fide monster killer and all that kind of shit. So he's a good character. He's a fleshed out character. So I think I'm interested to see what you think about those books. So check them out. They're pretty cheap.
Cool.
I agree with that, Phil. It's been a while since I have, but when I was younger and I tried to get myself into some fantasy books, I found myself having a hard time just trying to stay motivated to get through them. Because a lot of times they're just very, they're introducing you to the entire lore and the world, universe.
And think about how difficult it must be to write,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I still have respect for the authors completely.
Making sure that, there's no conflicts in, this faction and this faction. That's what makes me appreciate.
Making sure the entire world makes sense and fits in with the other parts.
Like things like Elder Scrolls and that kind of shit just blows my mind, because there's so much even in-game literature that is all canon with each other, and it's crazy. So people are fucking insane, man. That they go through game development is fucking stupid. It's insane. It is. These people are mad. To go through 9 months of no sleep and then a month of even less sleep, or even longer than that.
It takes some dedication.
People are fucking insane. They're goddamn lunatics, and thank you for it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
to all those people.
Unless you had a part in Drake and the 99 Dragons.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, let's. Then fuck you. Yeah, right. Thanks, Phil.
You know what?
Thanks for taking the initiative on that one.
Game developers, the developers themselves, they know when a game's going to be a piece of shit, and they don't want it to be. And it's usually just a matter of time.
That's true, and that doesn't mean that those people are not talented because they release. No. There's so many things that can happen in a game's development.
You see it all the time. A development studio will make this pile of shit game for one publisher, and then they'll make maybe an independent or a move to another publisher and make a masterpiece.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or
Just because a game comes out, yeah, and I mean, you know, all these people are in their positions because they are talented, you know. So it's crazy. It's game development.
With that said, whoever was working on Drake and the 99 Dragons was probably working like 13 hours a week.
Yeah, and fucking
and they
cheating
had, like,
on his wife.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Sorry. Whoever developed Drake and the 99 Dragons.
Yeah, we're sorry.
They probably made, like... It's probably Phil Fish. He went and made Fez. So, who knows? Which Fez was amazing. Anyways, that's kind of my week, guys. It was pretty good. It was pretty good game-wise. So, I'm glad I got some cool shit to talk about yesterday. And with that... I'm guessing you... if I was a betting man, I'd say Philip knows what time it is.
Oh, it could be the Phil 15.
No.
No?
Wrong.
Wrong.
Okay, what is it then?
It's time to tell us about your favorite...
Animal.
You saved that, man.
Yeah.
You saved that with a
anything.
deep cut.
Oh, okay.
Animal?
Yes.
What the fuck? Where did that come from, dude?
I don't know, man. It just came out of nowhere. I don't even remember saying it.
Oh, man. Yes,
Remember
it's the
cheese,
Phil 15.
Rectum donut hole striker?
No, I don't.
I do, but I'd
What
rather
the
not talk
okay,
about it.
no.
Remember how hard we laughed?
Is this something that we want to talk about on the show?
No, it's really not.
Okay, then let's not talk about it.
All right.
Because after last week and that goddamn email, we need to be more careful about what we go into.
Yeah. In all seriousness, it is time for the Phil 15.
Yes, it is.
And
I agree.
the countdown will start in precisely 10 minutes. Just kidding. It's going to start.
Until then, we'll remain silent and meditate on what we've done this week. Anyways, give us the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Ah!
All right.
That was me
So
this time.
there's a new movie coming out that kind of harkens back to my love for John Carpenter's The Thing. It's called Harbinger
Fuck
Down.
the thing, man. Fuck the thing. That game.
Phil,
and
you
that
and I
movie
loved the
sucked.
thing. You introduced me to that, and I have to thank you for it. I just
The
want to throw
movie?
that out
So
there.
it's I'm not a horror movie fan, but
Remember
it's
the
a
movie
classic,
Striker?
is it not?
It was
Say
a
John
very good movie.
Are you talking
Yeah,
about
it's
the
John
movie?
Carpenter's best work. But
Holy
what
shit, are we talking about the movie or not?
we're talking about this movie called Harbinger Down.
Okay,
And
but the thing. Are we talking about the movie or the game? Because fuck the fucking game.
I know it's not a very good game.
No, you
But
loved
I
that
was
game,
talking
Phil. Don't
about
go back on your word.
I did.
I liked watching Phil
mean-
play it, I will say
I
that.
didn't. It stressed me out. Every second of that game stressed me out.
It was terrifying.
Anyways, go on. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, Harbinger Down is a strictly practical effects horror movie.
Okay. Is this new?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
brand
fuck yeah,
new.
that's awesome.
It hasn't been released yet. I don't know. I know its release date is 2014, but its director is Alec Gillis.
I like that.
special
Side note: I like that
effects
someone's
designer.
doing a full practical effects movie in this day and age.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's courtesy of a very successful Kickstarter. It did very well.
The Kickstarter for Potato Salad. Is this where this comes from?
No,
Did you guys know that there was a Kickstarter for Potato Salad?
I have no idea.
Did you guys know that it made like $250,000?
For
Oh my
potato
God.
salad?
Yep. Some guy said, "I want to make potato salad." His goal was like $25. It went viral, and he made like $250,000.
When things like that happen in the world, I
It makes me wish I didn't think of it myself.
well, yeah, I
Eh,
guess.
I'd take the money. I think he's doing some benefit concert for it though, so I think that's cool, I guess. But still, it's the stupidest shit that's ever happened.
It's
so
absolutely ridiculous for sure.
sorry, I keep interrupting the Phil 15. I want to hear.
Well,
what this
anyway,
is about.
Alec Gillis is directing it, and he actually worked on that old 1990s Pumpkinhead movie with his team, but he's now filmmaking.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
No, that's Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, sorry, I get the two mixed up all the time.
Oh, yeah. They're very similar. Yeah.
Are they? Because I just made
No,
that up.
they're
I've
nothing
never
like
seen
each
either
other.
of them.
Anyway,
I was trying to get you to lie. I was trying to coax you into a lie.
Oh,
Kind of did.
did?
Go on.
Just go on, Phil.
Proceed.
Right.
This is the Phil 15.
Lance Henriksen.
I know. I'm sorry.
Stars in this movie. He played the android in Aliens. For those of you who are familiar with the Pumpkinhead movies, he was also in that. And, he's going to be a ship captain in this movie. And I'm going to go ahead and read a synopsis of it, if you guys don't mind.
How long is it?
Not long.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So, a group of grad students have booked passage on the fishing trawler Harbinger to study the effects of global warming on a pod of orcas in the Bering Sea. When the ship's crew dredges up a recently thawed piece of old Soviet space wreckage, things get downright deadly.
Kind of
It
in
seems
this
that
already.
the Russians experimented with tardigrades, tiny, resilient animals able to withstand the extremes of space radiation. The creatures survived, but not without mutation. Now the crew is exposed to aggressively mutating organisms, and after being locked in ice for 3 decades, the creatures aren't about to give up the warmth of human companionship. So this is going to be...
So it's a zombie movie.
No, by no fucking means. This is more like John Carpenter's The Thing.
Okay.
I've seen some pics, and it looks
Tardigrades
awesome.
are real. And they are the most fucking resilient things in the world. They've been around have survived every mass extinction ever. So, yeah. And so is this like an infection from them?
It must have something to do with an infection.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That's all there is to know about the movie, as far as I know.
All right.
I've seen an interview with one of the actors, and he talked about his experience making the movie. He didn't say too much about the story itself, just the fact that it's strictly practical effects. And I need to make it clear. I think there's still a lot of great possibilities that come with CG. I like CG, but
Yeah, of
it's
course.
good to. This is a good thing.
Not when it's
Because
overused.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But this is
Like Spirits Within.
this is gonna be just like Spirits Within, bro. This is gonna be that.
I hope not.
Yeah, it's not. It's gonna be nothing like it. And I just want to give it a shout out and talk about it.
What's it called
looks
again?
like
I'm sorry.
it's called Harbinger Down.
Harbinger Down. And are there any? You said there was an interview with an actor. Was there any well-known names that
Lance
that
Henriksen,
a movie buff like I would know?
Lance Henriksen is the most famous guy in it.
Have
When
no
you
clue
see
who he
his
is.
face, you'll recognize him.
Lance Henderson.
Yeah, Henriksen.
Oh, Henriksen.
So, looks like a great movie. Comes out in 2014. Can't wait to see it. And in other news, Marvel...
I have no clue who this fucking guy is.
Do you
Lance
see his
Henriksen?
face?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks like he would be a cannibal. Maybe.
For fuck's sake.
I'm
was in
just saying. I've
you
looked at his face, and he looks like he could eat people.
Okay, you don't recognize him. He was in Aliens. Have you at least seen Aliens?
Yeah,
I know
he
Lance
fucking
Henriksen.
looks like he could eat people. I'm not
Okay.
saying shit about him. I'm just
Okay.
saying he looks like maybe, possibly, he could be a cannibal. I'm not saying he is.
Okay, great.
I'm just saying he has the qualities of a cannibal.
Okay, cool.
Fuck!
Really cool.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Alright, go on.
All right. In other news, Marvel and the Kirby family.
Wait, Kirby as in Nintendo?
Sorry, Jack Kirby, the
Okay.
co-creators of assortment of different Marvel characters, after decades of legal fights and suing and
Kirby!
credit, fighting for credit and whatever, they finally made a confidential kind of settlement. They have finally the whole feud is over. And,
This is Marvel and
Marvel and the Jack Kirby family. You see,
weren't you talking about Marvel being in some legal shit with Sony last week?
that was.
What's up
I
with
talked-
Marvel and all their legal issues?
Well, this one's been going on for
okay,
decades.
has it? Okay.
Yeah. You see, the reason why I brought this up, I read about today, and I thought it would be something to talk about.
Yeah.
During the 15, and so the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because there was a point in time, a long time ago, when it was considered an embarrassment to work in comics. Right? Nobody really had any idea that they were creating something that would go on to, spawn major blockbuster movies. And, for the most part, creators weren't given the respect they deserved. They didn't put much effort into it. The stories really weren't that good, but some of those creators created these, monumental characters like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah.
So, this was done during a time when they weren't given royalties or creator rights or anything. Sure, maybe a credit or something. But it's been and this goes for the creators of Superman as well, or the families of the creators of Superman. The family of Jack Kirby has been battling Marvel for, a sum of money, for Jack Kirby's creation. Okay. And the reason why Marvel decided to basically give the Kirby family what they wanted so quick probably has to do with the fact that Marvel's getting really big, right? They're out in the open. They're bigger than they have ever been. So they probably don't want to come off as a bunch of douchebags.
Are they bigger than they've ever been? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean they have all these characters under their belt.
Yeah, I guess so. Shit. I would just think they might have been bigger back in the day, but I guess
in the early '90s they were very big, and in the late '90s they were bankrupt.
Okay,
and it's been a.
But yeah, I mean they're huge now. They're everywhere.
Yeah. So that's I think that really puts a lot to rest there.
That's cool.
For the creators of
that's good
those
to hear.
Original characters. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Resolution, like that kind of stuff, with artistic, creators and all that kind of stuff is always good to hear. So.
You got 5 minutes, Phil.
Okay.
Phil, I just want to know this is like a budget. So if you don't use it, we're going to take it from you.
I'm using it, bro.
Good.
We're going to take it by force, too.
Mm-hmm. We're going to take it with guns and fire bombs.
And Spawn's cape.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
All right.
What?
Okay. Cool.
All right. Okay.
All right. So.
God, we need pop screens.
Yeah, we need pop screens. Okay. Damn it. God damn it. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Get
pumped.
So. I'm gonna talk about Marvel some more because that's what's coming to my head.
Do it,
People say that the Avengers movies takes influence from the Ultimates. I can't say I necessarily agree with that. Sure, they have Sam Jackson and the big giant building and Captain America Winter Soldier, but really, Avengers is still very much more of a 616 universe. The movie that is, it has the atmosphere, it has a tone of a classic Marvel comic. When the Ultimates is much more like a more sophisticated adult HBO drama. And it has certain things partake in the Ultimates title that wouldn't partake in the Avengers movies because, they're still family movies. So I wanted to nip that in the bud. You know what I would like to see if they ever remake Final Fantasy VI?
I don't think they will. I think there's reverence in the fan community for that, but I don't think it was monetarily successful enough to justify a remake. Because they haven't remade 7.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. But I would like to see the exact same graphics, just have everything smoothed out. I would want those pixels to look like actual drawn lines.
Yeah,
it looks so great then.
Yeah,
Square-Enix could really make bank if they just
did
some
fucking,
HD re-releases.
They could, they throw out an HD re-release of any old Final Fantasy game, and you have capital to go do whatever the fuck weird thing you want to do. But there's obviously there's got to be some business or some technical reason that we don't know about that's preventing them from doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It just on the surface it seems like why the hell haven't you done this? You're always hearing about Square-Enix.
It's a no-brainer.
Struggling with like financial stuff and that kind of thing. And you're just fucking. How many people have clamored for a Final Fantasy VII re-release? how many fucking forum posts are about that? Like, same with, like, I don't get why Shenmue 3 doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Shenmue 3. I will say I think Shenmue 3 is more of a
you're right.
cult classic.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
Still, I feel like with the proper marketing and stuff, it could be pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, I think especially with the market, it'd be all in the marketing. I mean, games live and die by their marketing.
I mean, look at the
definitely
Yakuza
true.
games. Those do really well, and they're basically a spiritual successor to the Shenmue games.
I've always wanted to get
They
into
do great
those
in
more
Japan.
than
They're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I played quite a bit of the first one and some
Yeah.
of the second. I haven't played bits and pieces of the later ones, but not much.
yeah.
I also wanted to say that I think that the Foo Fighters' most recent album, "Wasting Light," is so damn good.
Isn't it like 2 years old?
Yeah, it's about two years old, but it's their most recent one.
That the one with like what's
Rope.
that have on it? Rope.
It has
Yeah.
Rope.
Yeah, that
And-
was a pretty good album. They're rock stars, man. They're just
They're
straight up
really
rockin'.
awesome.
They're
They're
just
so fucking cool.
they're
Do you know what
just
they're
fucking
doing right
rock
now?
and roll. They're just like they don't give it.
They're old school.
Yeah, they're the epitome of like rock and roll. Like fuck you. Like yeah, it's awesome. They
You know what they're doing right now, dude?
no what.
Okay, so what they're doing is they're going to venues, smaller venues, I guess, under a different name,
No shit.
and then they appear as
That's
the
the
fucking Foo
coolest thing I've ever
Fighters.
heard.
that's the
Yeah, isn't that
that's so
sweet?
cool.
That's
awesome.
fucking
I want to
awesome.
see the Foo Fighters someday, dude.
Yeah.
I want
You
to
guys
see.
like Radiohead? Have you ever heard?
Yeah.
I never took the time to get into them,
So
but
they
I
just
hear they're
they
really
just
good.
like ghost released an album on BitTorrent only.
That's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. It was like here's a new album. It's on BitTorrent. Yeah, that's weird. You should get into Radiohead, Phil. They're really weird and experimental, and when they're not, they write fucking just really amazing, like good, straightforward songs. Like they're either fantastic songwriters or really
Bill
experimental
15 is over.
over. You said that really like despairingly.
I was sad.
I'm sad too.
The Phil 15.
I should take notes. I wrote down notes for Harbinger Down, and I expected that to
I've
take
been
a good
thinking
amount
about
of time.
putting music to the beginning of the Phil 15 just to give it some oomph.
You gotta dude. You gotta find a way that we can get like some sort of permission to do the countdown music on
Final
Final
Countdown?
Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I
What
don't think
fucking-
that Square Enix is going to let us.
Yeah, what countdown music from Final Fantasy VII?
You know, duh, 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 duh.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me say, one of my favorite themes of our podcast has been you humming songs from your favorite video games.
So far, it's
Oh, yeah.
been in every episode.
Yeah.
You singing
my way
like
of
3
doing it.
notes.
yeah,
of a
exactly.
song.
I know what song you're talking about, though. What segment would you want that in when you were getting down to the end of the Phil 15, or
Just like through the whole thing because
that
it's
would
like
be urgent as fuck.
Through the entire.
I
Phil
wouldn't.
15.
well,
I
the
couldn't
last
handle
5
that.
minutes. Then
We'd give people fucking aneurysms.
It would awkwardly loop.
we would
it.
just loop
Yeah,
it for.
I
15
can't handle
minutes.
that music when I'm playing the game.
Oh
So-
really?
That one, yeah, that's fucking gives me sweat attacks. Yeah, that's part of that song.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think.
it is. Look it up after this. I guarantee it. It's this real fast, like high pitched analog keyboard sound.
It's the Phil 15, motherfuckers.
It's,
There we go.
We should. I feel like we should get that the WB Frog to sing the Phil 15
Yeah,
theme song.
exactly.
Motherfuckers. Anyways, do we have anything else we want to go over for this week, guys?
No, I think that's good. I think I will say that we decided to push the top 5 series
Yes,
to
we did.
next week's episode since it's going to be the 5th.
Need more time
Um,
to think.
Our commemorative 5th episode
Mm-hmm.
with our top 5 series, and it'll give us more time to think.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
it'll
think
give us
about
more
it.
time to procure the WB Frog.
Yeah, and the WB Frog and the Final Fantasy waiting music. So we've got some projects in the work, fellas. Also, kind of a big announcement. We are going to a full website. We're gonna be in the works. This is where we're gonna host our podcast. We'll be able to find reviews. We're gonna start writing, articles, blogs about what we think about shit. So you can, find everything Pixel Chicken there. So,
and along with that, our YouTube videos.
Absolutely. We'll be hosting, kind of be a one-stop place to, instead of searching all over the web for our stuff, you can find it all in one place. So we'll announce that officially when it goes live. We got a Twitter. It's at @pixel_chicken. Follow us there. We got the Facebook. What's that, Striker?
It is facebook.com/pixelchickenpodcast.
Like that shit.
We'll
come for you. Trust us, and we'll
don't
ask you
talk
politely
shit about Pokemon Snap around
Yes.
us.
We will find you, and we will politely ask you
PT.
to stop.
Yes, exactly.
We will say, please refrain from that kind of speak. We do not appreciate it.
We will
Anyways,
quietly say, "I love that game."
yeah, that game's pretty
And you
cool.
won't hear us.
Pretty cool in my book, and you won't hear us, and you'll continue to talk shit about it
Yeah.
as we walk away.
As we stew in anger.
Because we're millennials.
Yeah. Watch out.
You shouldn't watch out for us. We're pretty nice guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, if that's all that we have to talk about, I say we call it a week and move on with our goddamn lives.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm
Well,
gonna go play some Donkey Kong.
I'm gonna find some food because I'm about to die. My health bar is pretty low. But yeah, watch out for the website and have a nice week, guys. Thanks a lot for joining, Philip Stryker, and thanks for listening, all you guys out there.
Deuces.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! Phil, you got something for us, real quick?
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye, guys.